Hi YouTube, this is Tim Unkert from UnkertEducation.com here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create headings and paragraphs in HTML. But first, if you like videos like this where I show you different programming tips, make sure to subscribe. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get started. So I'm going to create a file and let's just call it, it'll be an HTML file. I'm going to call it headings and paragraphs.html. Okay, I'm going to generate that file. I'm using WebStorm, which is a paid IDE, but you can use whatever text editor you want. You'll see here it generates some boilerplate code for me. We'll talk about that at a later point. I'm going to give my document a name. Let's call it headings and paragraphs. And I'm going to go down to the body, and that's where we write our code. Okay, I can go up here and in WebStorm I can do a preview, which is one of the reasons I like using it for these tutorials, and I can do a built-in preview right here. So this half of the editor will show me the HTML code that I'm generating. Now right now you're not going to see anything because we don't have anything in the body. This stuff in the head of the document doesn't show up, but we can talk more about that later. First off, let's focus on headings. So in HTML, there are 6 levels of headings, and they have an opening and a closing tag. The top level heading is an H1 heading, and we do that with a left arrow bracket. We do an H1, and then we do a right arrow bracket, and you'll see here that WebStorm closes the tag for me, and you'll notice there's a slash here in front of the closing tag, in front of the name of the tag. Now, if you're using something like VS Code, which is a free editor, it will close it for you as well, as will some other ones like Sublime Text and so on. Okay, so this is a first level heading. So let's write that. So this is a first level heading. Okay. And sometimes we need to reopen this. Let's just reopen this and see. Because right now the built-in preview is not refreshing quite fast enough. There we go. Okay, so we've got the first level heading. Okay, a subheading of that is an H2. So let's go down here and make an H2. This is a second level heading. Okay, and again we're going to need to open this up in a moment. So I'm just going to close this because once it's recording, sometimes it doesn't refresh automatically like that. An H3, and they follow the pattern, is a third level heading, and this is a subheading of an H2. An H4 is a fourth level heading, and this is a subheading of an H3. And H5 is a fifth level heading, and that's a subheading of an H4. And an H6 is a sixth level heading, okay, and that's a subheading of an H5. Okay, so let's now view them with the built-in view, and then we'll also do the default browser as well. Okay, so you see here this is the built-in preview. Now you'll see that the top level heading by default is sized the largest, but don't use the level heading for the size. That's just default CSS that comes with the browser, or in this case WebStorm's built-in preview, but ultimately you should choose the size of the heading based on the structure of the document. So you should have one first level heading with words in between the opening and closing heading tags that convey the meaning of your document, a couple second level headings as subheadings, maybe a couple third level headings, the H3s as subheadings of the H2s, and so on. Sometimes your document might only have H1, H2, and H3. In HTML, you have 6 levels of headings because originally HTML was created to share documents, scientific documents, across the web that had a lot of structure. So just keep that in mind when formatting your HTML document. Pick the level heading based on the structure of the document and not the look. That can be changed later in CSS. Okay, so that's the built-in preview. We can also, with WebStorm, I can go here to View and just open in my default browser here. And there we go. And you'll see it looks pretty much the same. All right. Now I can also do a paragraph, and a paragraph has an opening and closing tag as well. And the paragraph is a P, tag. So you have this opening p tag and a closing p tag. This is a paragraph. And again, there is default styling with that. You'll see there's the default styling there. Now, if you didn't use a paragraph tag, if I said this is a paragraph, and I tried to go down here and say this is another paragraph, what happens here is that it merges all into the same level. A paragraph is a block level element. So if I want these to be on separate lines, I do need to use a paragraph or some kind of tag. Well, I could use a break tag, but I should be using a paragraph tag. So what I'm going to do here is just, let's just wrap these with paragraph tags, like so. So now I wrap these with paragraph tags, and you'll see that they're on separate lines. That's an introduction into headings and paragraphs in HTML. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you.